Can you imagine having kids and after 50 years not being able to recognize your own kids when they come to visit you? That is what Alzheimer's will do to you. Alzheimer's disease is very common around the world. However, there is yet to be a cure. It is a difficult topic to believe that we may not be able to recognize our own children after 70 years of age. Alzheimer's disease is a very serious disease and can affect anyone at any age or any time. My great-grandmother was diagnosed with Alzheimer's when she was 78 years old. I was approximately 8 years old. Therefore, I didn't understand anything about the disease. But I do remember all the stages that she went through and how they made her almost a completely different person. I will explain what Alzheimer's is and the stages that happen as it takes on a person's body. Alzheimer's is a very sad disease, and it is not a normal part of aging. Some of you may wonder, what is Alzheimer's and what are the stages? According to Alzheimer's Association brochure distributed in 2016, Alzheimer's is a disease of the brain that causes problems with memory, thinking, and behavior. It is a form of dementia. In a healthy brain, protein fragments are broken down and eliminated. But in Alzheimer's disease, the fragments accumulate to form hard, insoluble plaques between the nerve cells in the brain. In this picture, the image on the left shows a normal brain, and the image on the right shows the reduced brain activity resulting from the Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's is known to worsen over time. Although the symptoms can vary widely from different people, the first symptoms that most people notice is forgetfulness. This disease can easily cause confusion in a person and can make one have such unusual behaviors. According to the authors of WebMD, published in 2005, the stages of Alzheimer's disease can start with little stuff sometimes a doctor may not even notice, such as forgetting words or misplacing certain objects. As time goes on, the stages worsen. The forgetting will get worse, and soon one will forget details about themselves, what season it is, or how to cook simple meals such as macaroni. Like I said, as time goes on, the stages get worse. One with Alzheimer's will eventually start forgetting the names of other people or mistaking people for others. Their delusions will set in. For example, one person might think they have work the next day when they actually no longer have had a job. Last is the most severe decline. As one hits the last stages of Alzheimer's, they require around-the-clock assistance for their personal care. Their physical ability is about like an infant. They need help walking, sitting, and eventually swallowing. They are also very open to infections such as pneumonia. The stages of Alzheimer's only worsen. Currently, there is no cure for Alzheimer's disease, and there's no way to prevent it. According to ADER, released April 1st, 2018, Alzheimer's disease is complex, and it is unlikely that one drug or other intervention will successfully ever treat it. Current approaches focus on helping people maintain mental function, manage behavioral symptoms, and slow down the symptoms of this disease. Alzheimer's is a very hopeless disease, but it is also very common. In this bottom picture, it shows that the cerebral cortex is part of your brain that is responsible for your language and how you process information. And the Alzheimer's side, as you can tell, it shrivels up and it's damaged. And then the hippocampus is critical for the formation of new memories. And also in Alzheimer's disease, it shrinks severely. The writer and researcher Sarah Stevenson stated interesting facts on May 30th, 2018 about Alzheimer's disease. Half of adults aged 85 and over have Alzheimer's. Most women have Alzheimer's over men. More than half of the 5.4 million Americans with the disease may not know they have it. Symptoms of this disease can develop in people as early as the age of 30, and this disease is the sixth leading cause in the United States of death. One of my favorite movies is The Notebook, which came out on June 25th of 2004. The Notebook is a movie that shows how dementia takes on a person and affects the people around it. Alzheimer's takes a toll on a lot of families, just as it did on mine. As I stated previously, my great-grandmother was diagnosed with Alzheimer's when she was 78. It first started out with her forgetting things as simple as her keys, but her disease worsened. She became very angry. I remember my grandmother as being one of the nicest ladies I've ever met, but as her Alzheimer's got worse, she became very angry. I remember one afternoon when her caretaker was trying to give her medicine, she just assumed that the caretaker was trying to poison her when she was just really trying to give her her daily medications. As time went on, she just kept getting things in her head that didn't make sense. She forgot more and more. The day came where she did not even recognize her own daughter. We then took her to a memory care facility where around-the-clock nurses are by her side every second of the day. To this day, she is still living there, in her end stages of Alzheimer's disease. It is hard to understand the impact that Alzheimer's can have on you until your family goes through it. Alzheimer's disease is very sad and yet common in elderly people. The stages of Alzheimer's start with little things, like I said, forgetting a word or little things such as your keys, and ends with being back to the stages of an infant. While there is no way to prevent it or cure Alzheimer's disease, scientists are trying every way possible to find a cure for this life-changing disease.